Home buyers, have you heard about the artificial intelligence coming to new construction? How about the mortgage rates? Do you know what's happening with the mortgage rates? In today's video, I want to clarify these things with you because I think it's important to know what's happening. And if you are in the market, you definitely need to listen to this, especially if you're coming to Raleigh, North Carolina. So let's start with the beginning. Pulte Group, one of the largest home builders in the country, just started piloting mini AI data centers that are bolted on the wall, the exterior wall of new construction homes. So what they did is that they partnered with NVIDIA and also a company from California called Span, which is a startup. And I remember listening to the news on CNBC and I immediately thought this really is going to change the math on new construction in ways that most buyers and also agents aren't even thinking about yet. So today I want to cover three things. One, what Pulte and NVIDIA are actually doing and why it matters for your home's value. And two, what the mortgage market is really telling us right now because most people are reading it wrong. And also, the third thing would be what really wealthy buyers in Florida and other states are doing instead of purchasing and what that signals for the rest of us. So here's the logic behind what Pulte is doing, and it's simple. AI compute demand is growing faster than utility scale data centers can be built. Public opposition to massive data center projects is rising. And the homes, they already have the power, they already have cooling, they already have grid connections that nobody is using efficiently. So the idea is this: put the compute where the people are. Now, how does this translate for you and for housing? If this model scales, the home that you're going to be buying is not just going to be a simple home that you're going to live in. It could become a revenue generating asset. The same way, by the way, solar panels turned rooftops into these mini power plants, right? So Pulte buyers could receive credits or even lease payments from NVIDIA just for hosting compute on their exterior wall. And think about what that does for a builder sales pitch in a market where new home incentives are already at record highs. Suddenly, you're not just selling square footage, right? You're selling a home that pays you back and that really is going to widen the gap between new construction and resale inventory even further. Whether you love the idea of AI coming into your new construction or not, this is what you need to understand as a seller, as an investor, and as a home buyer. This is the first time a major US builder has embedded AI infrastructure into a home. And that is not a small thing. That is a category shift. And the real question is, what happens when all of the other builders are coming? Even if just 2 or 3 top builders adopt this model, the resale calculation on new construction changes, right? And it changes within 18 months. What's happening? Appraisers will need to figure out a new framework because the house is generating income. Buyers are going to start asking whether or not the home has an AI unit or not. So what I'm going to check is whether the next call, Pulte's earnings, is going to be relevant to all of us, right? So watch it in the news. It's going to tell you without the marketing spin whether this is a real product line or just a press release. Because again, if it's real, the gap between new construction and existing resale inventory just got a whole lot wider. Now let's shift to the mortgage market because headlines right now are confusing people, which is what happens usually. Rates obviously climbed. They're at 6.46%, and most people see the number and think, I think that most of the buyers are going to pull back. But they're not. Purchase applications jumped 4% from the week before, and they are right now sitting 7% ahead of last year's pace. Okay, so it's not that people are pulling back and they're afraid. It's actually a market that is adjusting. And what this tells me is that the buyers that have been sitting on the sidelines have recalibrated their expectations, right? They are pretty much accepting that 6% is the new normal and they're moving forward anyway. The buyers who are waiting for the rates to drop to 5% may be waiting a very long time. And the buyers who are moving on, they are really locking in homes before prices adjust upward again. Remember, North Carolina is a very, very hot state and people are coming here like crazy because we have great schools, we have great universities, we have a great environment, great weather. So please really think twice before buying or not buying, because the headlines are definitely not in your advantage. Now let's talk about what is happening in the world, because obviously the war and all the inflation is affecting you as a home buyer. Oil, and I'm talking about the crude oil, is up 78% this year because of the Iran conflict. April's CPI came in at 3.8%, and the Fed's plan to cut rates is getting harder and harder to defend. Actually, some traders are now betting on a rate hike before the end of the year. So you have this tension between strong buyer demand, stubborn inflation, and the Fed that is stuck in the middle trying to thread a needle that's getting smaller every month. So what does this mean to you? It means that the wait for the rates to drop, the strategy of waiting, carries real high risk, right? Rates could be significantly higher in 6 months. I am not telling you to panic. I'm just saying that you need to make decisions based on your personal situation, not on rate predictions. Because right now, the people making confident rate predictions are the same people who didn't see the 6.46%. So the fundamentals still favor the buyers that are ready and that are qualified. This has not changed. That's about it for today. I hope you enjoyed my video, and if you have any questions regarding relocating to the Raleigh, North Carolina area, just know that we are in a beautiful state. You're going to love it here. The weather is great, schools are great, universities are great. I'm thinking probably you got a job offer. So we've been here selling real estate since 2012 here at the Prosperous Agency, and we'd be more than happy to help you and your family as well. Thanks again for being here, and have a wonderful rest of your day.